Thank you very much for giving me a few minutes tonight. I've been asked to tell my Donnelly story, and later you will hear from a couple of students who graduated last spring. Even though there is 53 years between the graduation, much of the stories are still the same. I graduated from Wyandotte High School in 1956. I went into the Navy, went aboard the aircraft carrier USS Midway, and got out of the Navy in late 1959. I went to work for $1 an hour at the gem store, the old government employees mart that used to be next to the Granada Theater way back. And my long-term goals at that time were pretty much who I had a date with on Friday night. A friend suggested that we go see about enrolling at Donnelly College, give it a try. I had left a long trail of 4 minuses at Wyandotte High School, so my transcript was less than sterling. And we made our application and went back a couple days later, and that's when I met Sister Jerome. And this was in 1960, and the Benedictine nuns had not heard of political correctness at that time. She said to me, "Philip, your transcript does not merit your enrolling in Donnelly College." She said, "But since you are a veteran, we're going to allow you to enroll on semester basis, providing you maintain a C average." That turned out to be a life-changing event for me. No one in my family had ever gone to college, graduated from college, and I had wasted most of my high school years up to that point, except maybe for some Friday nights that I mentioned earlier. But right from the start, those Benedictine nuns wrapped their arms around me, and they guided me, they encouraged me, they taught me how to establish good study habits. Looking back, I know that my whole future changed in those 2 years. Obviously, once you can break the pattern of ending your education at the 12th grade or sometime in high school, it follows that your children and your grandchildren's goals have been raised. Your expectations for them are now greater than what you had. After Donnelly, I continued my education. I received a bachelor's and master's degree. My education created many career opportunities for me, and I retired after starting and building a successful manufacturing business, which I ran for 20 years. That would not have happened had I not made that decision to go to Donnelly. And my friend invited me. I'm sure there's many of us here tonight that have wondered, if I hadn't gone that way and instead I did this, how would my life have been changed? And I know how my life changed just in those 2 years with that solid foundation. 6 years ago, Father Tom, my Ascension pastor, invited Mary Jo and I to this event to sit at his table. And ever since, we have both been working for Donnelly. I am past president of the Alumni Association, and last year was inducted into the Donnelly Hall of Fame. Again, none of this would have happened without that foundation and beginning that I received at Donnelly. As I said before, Donnelly was indeed a life-changing event. 53 years later, so many of the stories about Donnelly are the same. Donnelly makes college affordable to those of us with limited funds, limited resources. And I'd just like to stick this in at this point. I am so happy. I've listened to the Archbishop speak at many Donnelly events, and I know he is very committed to keeping Donnelly College in the inner city, and I really, really applaud him for that. Donnelly makes college affordable. The students are pretty much the first in their family to go to college, and the teaching staff at Donnelly is still the caring, hardworking faculty that continues the task that the Benedictine nuns had when I was attending. Where's my last page? We all know that donors are critical for the success of an institution like Donnelly. In today's world, there's a lot of competition and a lot of people competing for your support. Donors are sophisticated and they want to see outcomes from the programs that they give to. Well, I can honestly say that I would not be here in this group of people if it were not for Donnelly College. A little later in the program, you will hear from Dick Flanagan, chairman of Donnelly's Board of Trustees, about just what a difference any gift that you may make, that you consider giving, will make in the life of a Donnelly student, just like the two that you're going to see in this next video coming up. I would like to introduce them to you right now, and please take a moment to watch along with me. Thank you.